24.77. 24.77 for Donovan Hausman, first time here. Anderson, sponsored by Freight Yard Pizza, Pearson Racing, Pacific Auto Supply of Eugene, First Impression, LR Steel Fab, Jim's Video, and Spectrum Design.
21.31.
21.31. 21.31. Do I need it? No, why? Do you want it?
Catch rate.
Sure. Why? What's the matter?
Mine got.
It's got what?
He messed up. Messed up. You don't get time problem here. 21.39.
21.39. 21.
22.77.
22.77. 22.77 for Carol. That looks like a new car out there, different car. No, it just came in. What is it? Car number 1. Yeah.
23.13.
23.13.
20.38.
20.38 for McDougal. Oh, it doesn't matter. Just doesn't matter.
20.32.
20.32.
22.39.
22.39. 22.39. Step on the cord. The deal here, what the heck's going on?
Just don't pull the amplifier off.
Right, we'll keep Bill out of here, we'll be okay.
22.24.
22.24.
21.72.
21.72. 21.72. Springfield Elks.
Right.
Okay.
Okay, here's this information.
Okay.
Here's the information on the Pontiac, who donated it and all that.
All right. We'll be.
The car was given to us, so all the money goes to the vets. There's nothing taken out.
Great.
21.58.
Sure.
Thank you.
21.58.
22.96.
22.96. 22.96. You can sign up for the raffle behind the grandstands. Take a look at that beautiful car donated by Gerald's Transmission. Raffle tonight from the Springfield Elks Lodge.
Gerald's Transmission.
Gerald's.
22.68.
22.68.
On the 16th at the Elks picnic.
Okay.
Okay, and they don't have to be present to win.
Okay.
We'll call them.
22.41. 22.41. 22.41 for Alexander.
21.72.
21.72. 20.76. 21.04. 20. The Veterans Fund drawing put on by the Springfield Elks Lodge. Well, the actual drawing will take place August 13th. And you need not be present to win, but you can buy a raffle ticket tonight.
20.54.
20.54. 20.54 for cast. $20.46. $20.46 for Dean Cass, 20S out of Roseburg.
Call for the super stocks.
Super stocks line up for time trials. Super stocks line up for time trials. On the track, 167L, Greg Baumgartner from Eugene. Baumgartner, sponsored by Testers Auto Repair, Cook's Refrigeration, The Top Shop, Driveline Services, Hutchins Imported Motors, and Scott & Son Towing of Eugene. Baumgartner.
23.02.
23.02. 23.02. 22.00. 20.74. 20.74. Twenty point eight two. 20.82.
22.92.
22.92. 22.92. Let's line up the cars for time trials. Let's go. Super stocks.
2 super stocks with number 04.
Yep.
We have 2 super stocks with number 65.
22.48.
22.
19.80.
19.80. 19.80 for Brew.
That's pretty fast, but it's not the record this year.
19.69.
19.69. 19.69 for John Brew in car number 33. Shreve under the green. The Slug, sponsored by Ham's Beer, Ashley's Automotive, API Incorporated, Jim's Video, Auto Marine, First Impression, Heritage Restaurants, Steve's Performance, and of course Lynn Shreve Mobile Home Roofing. Lynn Shreve.
21.33.
21.33. 21.33 for the Slug.
All for more cars.
Let's get those cars lined up for time trials, drivers.
20.90.
20.90. 20.
18.87.
18.87. 18.87 for Hipple. 19 point, all right, that's
19.15.
19.15, 19.15, that's Jim Wagoner's son, Tom Wagoner, driving tonight. Tom Wagoner driving in 7R.
18.96.
18.96.
19.00. What? 19.00.
19.00.
18.85.
18.85. 18.85. Yeah. 18.76. 18. And there goes Pat. Drops him.
18.99.
18.99. 18.99 for Collins.
Yes. 18.79.
And 18.79.
18.29.
18.29. 18.29. 17.29 for Frank Brewer. Eighteen point three six. 17.26. 17.26. Elam from Gaylord, Oregon, sponsored by Stolen Automotive Racing and Myrtle Point Auto Parts.
17.12.
17.12. 17.48. 17.48 for Dendy, sponsored by John Inskeep's Automotive Machine Service. 17.47. 17. 19.19. 19.19 for Hooker. 19.27. 19. The Highwaller 01 Special and Kenny Wheaton.
More super stocks, please.
More super stocks line up for time trials right away. Can we get 18.25? 18.25. 18.25 for Kenny Wheaton. And 18.19. 18. What happened? Where?
He's in a little tiny party behind Duncan.
Tony Augustine now under the green. Tony Augustine from Eugene, sponsored by Bob Augustine Trucking, S&G Enterprises, First Impression, River Road Tire and Wheel, Super Trucks, and T&S Body Shop. Tony Augustine. There are two number 24s.
20.43.
20.43. 20.43. I think Jameson's got a little L or something.
Oh, Jameson's in a different class.
Oh, is he? Okay. Then we're okay. 20.02. 20.02 for Tony Augustine. Now the Hams Bear. All right. Is that the street stock classification?
He's going out there. He's gonna try to beat the super guy.
Look at him lean into that turn.
How many minutes in? 15 minutes left for time trials.
15 minutes left for time trials. 15 minutes left for time trials. Ooh, Harvey is here.
Yep, he sure is.
Oh boy, we got a bunch of fast cars or what?
Yeah. I'm not looking forward to it.
Yeah, I know what you
He
mean.
won the 100 lapper at Lebanon last Saturday night.
Harvey did?
Sprague.
Oh, Sprague.
Yeah, it was his first Lebanon victory, and he won the 100 lapper.
Wow.
First time he really won it there.
Robert Sprague getting ready to come out, winning the 100 lap main event up in Lebanon last week.
His first win up there, and made it on the 100 lapper.
That was his first win at the Willamette Speedway, and he did it with 100 laps. Robert Sprague coming out in 27. Don't run over the bear, Robert. Yeah, 16 minutes. And, yeah. Well, at least he signaled. Courteous Hams Bear signaling into the pits. All right, give that bear a beer. Let him cool down. Robert Sprague now into the green. Robert Sprague from North Bend, sponsored by KZL Radio, Pac West Glass, Area Glass and Mirror, Belknap Glass, and Sola Glass of Eugene. Robert Sprague, the current track record holder here at the Eugene Speedway, 16.82 seconds. 17.49. 17.49 for Sprague. And 17 flat. 17. Spotters here. 17.20. 17.20. 17.20. God, I can still barely hear me. These guys must be loud. 17.15. 17.94. 17.94. 17.94. Don Harper.
17.53.
And 17.53. 17.
18.15.
18.15. 18.15 for Holland. $18.27. 20.49. 20.49. Better hurry his butt up. What's that trailer? 20.12. 20. 18.61. 18.61. Can't? That's what I thought. Too damn loud.
18.47.
18.47. 19.59. 19.59 for Sherry Bound. Sponsored by Rose Auto Wrecking in Portland, Modine Radiator, and Fitz Auto Parts. 19.52. 19. 21.24. 21.24 for Tim Sapp. I ain't losing it already, am I? 21.39. 21 Duncan in 18D. 6-cylinder. Whoops. Oh, he lost something there. 20.44. 20. Yeah. We're going to do some cleaning up. All right, here comes the Wolf. He's ready. Are you getting a time on this guy? Oh, no. Roughly?
Would have started if he had.
Yeah. All right. Who's faster, the bear or the wolf? The Coors Wolf and the Hams Bear battling it out. And we'll have a wrestling match during intermission. No, we won't. Just kidding. Yeah, I was going to say. Oh boy, that wolf better not hit any gravel. He'll be out of there. Blazing, blinding speed. It's got to be overheating. He's pushing it way too hard. Here he comes, bearing down. Stick your nose out. What? No, don't wave to the pits. He don't care. Now signal. Hold your left arm. Oh. Look at that. That exciting wolf. He's a daredevil, isn't he? He's a wolf.
5 minutes for time trials.
5 more minutes for time trials. 5 more minutes for time trials. Drivers, line them up. Let's go. There's a lot of people that haven't timed in. At least 3. The sponsors for Jerry York. Jerry York currently 4th in the point standings for the ham.
I wonder if they know it.
I don't know. That's a good question.
Did you get the message? You just gave him a white flag. 19.13.
19.13. 17.23 for Bob Harvey. And 17.82.
18.93.
18.93. 18.93. .83, 18. 18.44. 18.44 for Don Dozell of Coos Bay, car number 61. We're working like clockwork here. Scary.
18.18.
18.18. 23.08. 23.08. Yeah, that's a super. That's super stock. He's super.
23.08.
I said that, right? 22.80. 22.80. Get together for a pit meeting in the middle there, and that means for everybody else, time for an intermission. Get up and stretch your legs, get something cold to drink or something to eat, and sign up for the... These drivers need to hear a little applause. Let's get a little reaction out of us.
These guys down here are saying they can't hear you. Is that speaker working, do you know?
Glenn Anderson next to Greg Baumgartner in the first row, Doug Alexander, and Chris Culhane. Still not getting anything, Jim, in the middle? Sounds okay down there. What? Here we go, under the green now. Anderson into the first turn, Glenn Anderson. Here comes Culhane on the inside. Culhane and Baumgartner on the outside. It is Glenn Anderson. Culhane and Baumgartner for second. Baumgartner up high. Here comes Culhane. Are we getting anything out of those middle speakers, Bill? I'm hearing something real good down there, but it is still Glenn Anderson. Anderson followed by Culhane and then Baumgartner. Alexander. Oh, there goes Alexander. Doug Alexander spinning out. And there goes Chris Culhane. Culhane over the side in turn 2. That leaves just Anderson and Baumgartner left. Here comes Alexander. Culhane back on the track. Everybody moving now. It is Anderson and Baumgartner, 64 and 167. All right, one more lap to go now. Glenn Anderson, and Baumgartner's having trouble, so Anderson's all alone now. Baumgartner pulling up. Well, he can coast from here. Checkered for Glenn Anderson. Glenn Anderson take. He needs to move the cars up to the white line or something. Worth can't get a shot of him right there. Alrighty, our trophy car presented by Central Lincoln Mercury, a 1987 Mercure. 2.3 liter turbocharged, 5-speed, and our trophy girl, Lynn Eggleston from Willamette High. Glenn Anderson taking the Lebanon Lynn Hafner. From Roseburg in 20S, that's Dean Cast. In the number 9 Mustang from Eugene, Randy McDougall. And from Coquille, John Brew. John Brew in car number 33. Dean Cast, sponsored by Granny's Hut, Video World, Dorsey's Automotive in Sciho, and Bill's Country Muffler. We got a green flag. Here we go. Dean Cast pulling out. It is Cast in the lead. Cast followed by Hafner. Here comes John Brew. John Brew on the outside. Brew into second place. Cast followed by Brew. McDougall now trying to move up. Brew getting behind Cast. Here comes John Brew. John Brew moving up on Cast. Here goes Brew. Brew in turn 2. Cast holding him off. Cast on the inside. Brew on the outside. Here goes Brew. Brew up high. Brew and Cast coming around. Here comes John Brew. John Brew. Dean Cast fighting him off. They're neck and neck. Cast and Brew. Cast still on the inside. John Brew now down the backstretch. It is Cast and Brew. Oh, it's tight. Brew with a slight edge. Here comes Cast on the inside. Brew and Cast. White flag. One more lap to go. Oh, boy. Here comes Brew. Brew with a little edge. Cast on the inside. It's the same old story. Last lap. Here goes Cast. Cast on the inside. Brew not giving up. There goes Brew. Here comes Cast. Cast with the advantage. The checkered flag is out for Dean Cast. That's Cast, right? Dean Cast in a close one. In the Hams Bear out. 1987 Mercure from Central Lincoln Mercury. Here he comes, Dean Cast, ladies and gentlemen. Let's hear it for him. And they must not be able to hear me. Oh, a hug from the bear. That's what Dean wanted. Hey, the trophy girl can go sit down. He wants a hug from the bear. Yeah, right. Doesn't sound right.
I'm supposed to talk to you if you're not busy.
All right, the bear has to win a race before he can get a hug from the trophy girl. Lynn Eggleston from Willamette High, our trophy girl. 87 IROC and Pat Collins. Car number 41 from Sweet Home, Oregon, Terry Bentley. Performance Engines, B&E Body Shop in Springfield, American Tire and Brake, and Automotive Central Service. Here we go, under the green. It is Hipple way out in front. Watch out for Potter. Pat Collins down low. There goes Jimmy Potter getting it back under control. Potter into second place. Bruce Hipple. It is Hipple, U2. Potter catching up. Here comes Terry Bentley. Here comes Jimmy Potter. Potter moving up on Hipple in U2. Hipple, Potter, Collins, and Bentley. Here comes Collins now. All moving up. Bruce Hipple from Salem. Whoa, look at Collins. Bentley moves past him. Bentley into third. Hipple, Potter, and Bentley. One more lap to go. It is still Hipple. Potter on the outside. Bentley down low. Terry Bentley into second place. Here comes Bentley. Bentley picking up some steam. Bruce Hipple holding him off. Hipple and Bentley. Potter on the outside. The checkered flag is out for Bruce Hipple. Hipple, Bentley, whoa, Potter, and Collins. Bruce Hipple, ladies and gentlemen. Let's hear it for Bruce. Central Lincoln Mercury, our trophy car tonight, provided by that fine organization. 1987 Mercure. How the hell do you pronounce it? Mercure. 1987 Mercure, a beautiful white 5-speed. Turbo. From Roseburg, Bob Harvey. From Port Angeles, Washington, car number 70, Monty English. From Gaylord, Oregon, car number 21, and Tom Elam. And fast time tonight, car number 27, Robert Sprague. 17 flat, right? Sprague? Cars within that range. 17 plus seconds, so these are 4 of the fastest we've seen all year long. Here we go, under the green. Monty English, English and Harvey. English and Harvey and Elam. Monty English. English in 70, Bob Harvey in 16. Oh, Elam and Sprague, look out. Tom Elam trying to get around Bob Harvey. It is English. There goes Elam. Harvey pulling up a little bit, and Tom Elam into second place. Here comes Robert Sprague now. Harvey maintaining third. It is still Monty English. Bob Harvey with trouble. Harvey pulling into the pits. It is English, Elam, and Sprague. Monty English. English still with a lead. Sprague moving up on Elam now. One more lap to go. Oh boy, Monty English holding off Tom Elam. English, Elam, and Sprague. Here comes Elam. Checkered flag is out for Monty English. It is English. Yeah, those boys are moving. Grew up Central Lincoln Mercury, right?
Mayor 4.
Bob Harvey needs an X?
No. He was writing, yeah.
No, well, yeah, but that...
Oh, I don't need to see that. Mercure. Monty English winning that one. Port Angeles, Washington, and Monty's been in the winner's circle before here at the Eugene Speedway.
I'll take care of Bob Harvey.
Jack is Ron Tester in 67C, Glenn Anderson in 64, and Doug Alexander in car number 15. And Bill Arnold gives him the green. Here we go. Tester pulling way out in front. Ron Tester all alone. Here comes Alexander on the outside, Anderson on the inside, a Jack Carroll sandwich. And Alexander into second place. Tester, Alexander, and Anderson. Doug Alexander from Springfield, sponsored by T&T Rental. Here comes Alexander, moving up on Tester. Alexander in the Mustang, car number 15. Anderson and then Carroll. Here comes Alexander. He's got the inside position on him. Alexander. Doug Alexander moving into first place. Alexander, Tester, and Anderson. First heat for the Sportsman's Division. Doug Alexander blowing a little smoke. Here comes Anderson inside a Tester. Glenn Anderson, 64, and Tester now battling for second. Here goes Anderson. Anderson and Tester. Tester up high. Anderson down low into 4. Glenn Anderson moving into second place. Here comes Tester right back. Tester and Anderson, a battle for second. Doug Alexander, your leader, car number 15. Alexander in the Mustang. The white flag is out, one more lap to go. Glenn Anderson hanging on to second place. Alexander hanging on to his engine. Alexander with a big lead. The battle is for second between Tester and Anderson. Checkered flag coming out now for Doug Alexander.
After this race, ask Glenn Vest to come over here to the announcer's booth. We'll just give this to him.
Glenn Anderson and Ron Tester.
Give that one.
Glenn Vest to the announcer's booth. Glenn Vest to the announcer. It is Ken Rink in 54. Rink out in front. Culhane down low. Tim Sapp now ready to move. Sapp, an impressive driver in J3. Red, white, and blue of Tim Sapp. On the outside of Culhane, it is Ken Rink in car 54. Rink with the lead. Culhane hanging on to second place. Sapp, Shreve, and Henderson. Here comes Sapp. Sapp moving up on Culhane. Tim Sapp trying to get around Culhane for second. It is still Rink and Culhane, then Tim Sapp, Lynn Shreve, and John Henderson. Here comes Sapp again, picking up speed on the back stretch. Tim Sapp now pulling out, but he's up awful high. Culhane down low. The battle for second. Here comes Sapp. Whoa, awful close to that wall. Look out. Sapp really putting it on now. Here comes Shreve sneaking through. The slug squeaks through. Look at the slug go. 83, Lynn Shreve. How did he get in there? Shreve and Sapp. That's a good point. Tim Sapp, the current point leader for the Hams I-5 Challenge. Lynn Shreve is second, so quite a battle between Shreve and Sapp for points. And that's where they're battling right now, right next to each other, Shreve and Sapp. Ken Rink, one more lap to go. Rink followed by Culhane, making a roadblock for Sapp and Shreve. There we, uh-oh, it's a Culhane sandwich. Sapp on the inside, look out! Oh, there goes Culhane. Culhane in the dirt. And the checkered flag for Kenny Rink. Rink in second, whoa, Lynn Shreve. Shreve hanging on to second, Tim Sapp third, John Henderson fourth. Chris flag from Bill Arnold. Lynn Hafner and Bob Soule. Bob Soule taking the lead on the inside. It is Soule, Hafner, Cast, and Brew right behind him. Bob Soule, an exciting rookie here at the Eugene Speedway, has come a long ways in a short amount of time. There goes Brew. Brew getting around congestion. Look out for John Brew. And Gus Cooper smoking it up. Brew now on the trail of Soul, and he's done this before. John Brew with a very fast car. Brew and Soul. Bob Soul holding him off. Bob Soul on the inside. Here comes John Brew, really stepping on it now in turn 2. It is Brew. Oh, neck and neck on the backstretch. Brew on the outside. Here comes John Brew. Brew and Soul. Brew from Coquille. John Brew wrestling the lead from Bob Soul. It is Brew, Soul, and McDougal. And then Cast and Halsey and Hafner. Heat race for these sportsmen. McDougal picking up a little ground on Soul now. Cast and Halsey. Hafner with definite problems. And Hafner coming into the pits. Here comes John Brew. Flat tire for Hafner. Hafner with tire trouble. It is John Brew, Bob Soul, Randy McDougal, Dean Cast, and Steve Halsey. Brew with the lead. Oh, and there goes McDougal. McDougal having a little handling trouble and dumping down into the infield there and back on. It is still John Brew. Brew 33 from Coquille, Oregon. White flag is out, one more lap to go. Bob Soul really stepping on it now. Soul trying to make a race out of it. Halsey trying to catch up the Cast. Checkered flag coming out now for John Brew. Brew, Soul, Cast, and Halsey. Our son of Jim Wagoner. Here we go, under the green. Perkins pulling out in front. It is Perkins. Here comes Sherry Bound. Silvernagel. Oh, that's a tough one. Hanging on in 57. Silvernagel. Here comes Sherry Bound. Stan Perkins. Perkins 65X. Sherry Bound in 02. Tony Augustine and Tom Wagoner moving up. There goes Sherry. Sherry Bound, our lady driver, really putting it on. Sherry Bound from Portland. The lady leads the pack. Everybody trying to get around Perkins. Here comes Tony Augustine. Augustine on the outside of Perkins into second place. Tom Wagoner trying to move. It is Wagoner. Wagoner moving up into third place. Now Bruce Hipple wants to get around Perkins. Sherry Bound. There goes Tom Wagoner. It is Wagoner into second place. Past Augustine. Bruce Hipple wants a piece of the action. Here comes Hipple up against Augustine into third place for Bruce Hipple. It is still Bound. Sherry Bound. The lady leading the pack. She's way out in front. Here comes Jerry York now moving into fourth place. It is Bound, Wagoner, Hipple, and York. Bound. It is Bound, followed by Tom Wagoner, son of Jim Wagoner, driving tonight in 7R. I hope that it, yeah, it is.
U2, 31.
Tom Wagoner closing the gap. Wagoner closing the gap on Sherry Bound. Here comes Wagoner moving up to Sherry Bound now. Young Tom Wagoner with one lap to go. Look at Wagoner go. Wagoner moving up real close. The kid is hot tonight. Here he goes. Sherry Bound holding him off. Oh, Wagoner. Slamming on the brakes. It is Sherry Bound. Sherry Bound. Tom Wagoner. The mine went blank. And we got a green. Pat Collins in that brand new 87 IROC out in front. Collins 35, Potter, Bentley, and Schroeder. It is still Collins. Here comes Bentley down low. Bentley into second place. Terry Bentley, 41 into second place. Here comes Frank Brewer. Brewer wants second. Potter holding on. Brewer into second place. Harold Schroeder moving up real quick. It is still Pat Collins, Bentley, and Brewer. Jimmy Potter pulling up. Here comes Bentley. Terry Bentley, 41. Look at him go. It is Bentley and Collins. Bentley and Collins. Bentley down low. Bentley trying to move around. There goes Bentley. Terry Bentley. Now Brewer's trying to pull the same thing. Old Frank. Frank Brewer now on the inside. Brewer right next to Collins. Bentley your leader. Bentley 41 from Sweet Home. It is Bentley. Harold Schroeder. Schroeder all over the road. You gotta go slower than that to get into the pits. Bentley, Brewer, and Collins. A three-man race right now. Terry Bentley, 41. Frank Brewer, 16. Brewer pressuring Bentley. Frank Brewer trying to come up on Terry Bentley. Bentley and Brewer. Collins, Wheaton, and Schroeder. Collins, look, that's brand new, don't hit it. Oh, God. Oh, he got away with that one. It is Bentley and Brewer. One more lap to go. Jimmy Potter pulling up. Last chance for Frank Brewer. Here comes Bentley. It is Bentley and Brewer, a two-man race right now. Checkered flag will be coming out for Terry Bentley. Bentley, Brewer, Wheaton, Wood, Schroeder. English in car number 70. And Tom Elam, car number 21. Robert Sprague, 27. Les Kelly, 19. Jay Rohde, car number 1. And then car number 26. Here we go. Time for the green. These are the fast boys. The fast boys out, and there goes Doyle Dindy. Harper hanging on to second. Monty English, Bob Harvey, and Robert Sprague. This is going to be an interesting heat race. It is Doyle Dindy. Doyle Dindy, Monty English getting past Harper. English into second place. Monty English, Jay Rohde coming back into the pits. Rohde, car number 1. All right, Monty English. Here comes Robert Sprague. Sprague into third. Bob Harvey now into fourth. Doyle Dindy, followed by Monty English, Robert Sprague, and Bob Harvey. English moving up on Dindy. Monty English getting close to Dindy. These cars are really moving. Here comes Robert Sprague now, getting into the picture. It is Dindy, English, and Sprague. Dindy, English, and Sprague. Tom Elam now in fourth place. Here comes Elam. It ain't over yet. Dindy moving around the slower car now. Dindy, English, and Sprague, followed by Elam and Harvey. Doyle Dindy doing a good job of hanging on to the lead here. Oh, watch out for Sprague. Robert Sprague moving up on Lonnie English now. Here comes English moving up on Dendy. They're getting real close on the backstretch now. It is still Dendy. Dendy hanging on to it. The white flag is out. One more lap to go for Doyle Dendy. They'll push it now. Sprague coming up on English. English coming up on Dendy. Here comes Tom Elam. Really moving down the backstretch. Sprague inside of English. Trying to get inside. Checkered flag coming out for Doyle Dendy. It is Dendy, English, Sprague, and Elam. Will be coming up. Some fast cars involved in our Superstock division tonight. You picked a great night to come out to see racing at the Eugene Speedway. It'll be interesting. Let's give these drivers a hand, ladies and gentlemen. They're working hard for their money, as they say in the business. 67C, Ron Tester. In the red, car number 64 from Albany, Oregon, Glenn Anderson. Car number 15 from Springfield, Doug Alexander. Car number 59 from Eugene, Chris Culhane. 54L from Eugene, Ken Rink. Car number 74 from Veneta, Oregon, John Henderson. J3 from Florence, Oregon, Tim Sapp. 83. The Slug, car number 83, Lynn Shreve. 29. Car number 29, a rookie this year, Bob Soule. 20. 20S out of Roseburg, Dean Cast. 9. Car number 9, the Mustang of Randy McDougall. 33. The Camaro, car number 33 from Coquille, John Brew. J27. J27, first time out here tonight. From Alpine, Oregon, Donovan Hausman. 56. Car number 56 from Santa Clara, Steve Halsey. 24. In the yellow, car number 24 from Junction City, Kenny Lee Jameson. 10. And car number 10, Gus Cooper. Yeah, but then a sportsman complained. Carolyn Tester in the first row. Sportsman main event scheduled for 25 laps. Here we go, under the green flag. It is Tester. Tester in 67C. Glenn Anderson moving up. In 64, it is Anderson into second place. Here comes John Henderson. Henderson edging his way up, along with Rink and Dean Cast from the back. Oh, there goes Doug Alexander. Doug Alexander spinning out. Green, here we go. Looks like a duplicate. Ron Tester. Watch out, Tester. Glenn Anderson moving up, and Tim Sapp, Kenny Rink. Here comes Rink. Rink into second place. Sapp and Anderson. Look at Sapp shoot out there. J3. Tim Sapp. The guy has got nerves of steel. There goes Ken Rink. Ken Rink. Whoa. Rink shooting out into first place. Kenny Rink. 54. Tester and Sapp. Here comes Sapp. Sapp challenging on the outside. It is Sapp and Tester for second. Ken Rink the leader. Tim Sapp now cleanly into second place. Here comes Bob Soule. Soule moving into fourth place. Rink, and here comes Sapp. Rink, Sapp, Tester, and Soule. Chris Culhane moving up. Here comes Culhane. In Rink, Bob Soule getting around Tester now. Bob Soule wants third place. Bob Soule takes third place on the backstretch. It is Rink, Sapp, and Soule now. Trouble for Donovan Houseman. Houseman pulling into the pits. Oh, Bob Soule is dragging something now. Soule dragging his muffler. Ken Rink followed by Tim Sapp, 54 and J3. Bob Soule dragging something then in third place. Oh, John Brew, there goes Brew over the side. Brew off of turn 3. Working feverishly on car number 29L in the pits, trying to take care of that problem, get him back out on the track under the yellow. 5 laps down. Five laps completed. And it looks like just in time. Bob. And he wasn't looking at the flag. Green, John Henderson pulled into the pits. Well, Rink, Sapp, and Cast kind of running away from everybody. Here goes Tim Sapp. Sapp challenging Rink on the back stretch. There goes Sapp. Sapp on the outside. Rink holding down the inside track. Kenny Rink holding on. It is Rink in first. Tim Sapp taking a high groove. Oh! They collide in turn 1, and Rink hangs on to it. Sapp coming back after him. Steve Hulsey coming in close now in 4. It is Rink, Sapp. Here goes Dean Cass. Look at Cass making an inside move on Sapp. Dean Cass. Tim Sapp was taking a nap, and Dean Cass takes over second. There goes Steve Hulsey. Hulsey into third spot. Something's wrong with Sapp. Here comes Cast up on Rink now. Ken Rink still holding on to the lead. 54, Cast 20S. Steve Hulsey, 56. It is still Rink. Watch out for Hulsey. Here comes Hulsey. Hulsey moves into second place. Steve Hulsey out of the trail of Ken Rink. It is Rink and Hulsey. Look at Hulsey go. Oh, Hulsey gets rear-ended by Cass. They're still driving. It is Rink and Hulsey. Look at Hulsey go. Oh, there goes Dean Cast and Tim Sapp hitting the brakes. We got a yellow flag. Caution on the track. Down. 9 laps down. Out of a scheduled 25-lap main event for the sportsmen. Steve Hulsey from Santa Clara, the leader. 56. Dean. Who's not down the lap? It is Steve Hulsey from Santa Clara. Dean Cast out of Roseburg. And Tim Sapp from Florence. Hulsey, Cast, and Sapp. And then John Brew in 4th place. John Brew has already moved up to 4th place after spinning out. It is still Hulsey. Hulsey, 56. Here comes Dean Cast. John Brew trying to get around Tim Sapp now for 3rd. 33. Brew getting around J3. John Brew into 3rd place. Brew had spun out earlier, and he is back on the hunt. Brew into 3rd. Here comes Cast up on Hulsey on the backstretch. It is Hulsey and Cast. Cast getting real close. 56 and 20S. And in the meantime, here comes John Brew. Moving up now on slower traffic. Hulsey and Cast. Here comes Cast. Hulsey and Cast in turn 3. Cast down low. Cast wants to get around Hulsey. Cast on the inside. Dean Cast. Hulsey hangs on. In the meantime, here comes John Brew. Brew making a race out of it. Halsey trying to get around Henderson, a slower car, lapping Henderson up. It is Halsey coming through the dirt. Steve Halsey. Halsey losing Cast momentarily in slower traffic, and Brew squeaks by Cast into second place. What a move by John Brew. Brew getting around. Brew on the hunt of Steve Halsey now. Dean Cast getting lost in the dirt. It is Halsey and Brew, 56 and 33. John Brew fighting his way around. John Brew sticking right with Steve Halsey. Halsey and Brew on the backstretch, then Dean Cast. It is basically a three-man race. Dean Cast really having trouble getting around that slower traffic. Cast is not used to this race course. Cast unfamiliar with the Eugene Speedway, and here comes John Brew. John Brew edging closer and closer to Steve Halsey. Halsey and Brew. Halsey and Brew making it a two-man race now. Steve Halsey and John Brew. This is going to be a barn burner. Brew having trouble. Lynn Shreve pulling into the pits. John Brew putting the pressure on Halsey now. It is a caution on the track. Yellow flag. Dean Cast having more trouble. Coming around for the yellow, Halsey and Brew. Right, I think so. Zapp is third, and then after that, I don't know who. Colhane maybe, or lineup's good. The lineup looks good. Tim Sapp, J3. Jack Carroll, 45. Chris Colhane, 59. Kenny Lee Jamison, 24. And Dean Cast, 20. Coming around turn 4, Bill Arnold gives him the green. Here we go. Back underway. Halsey and Brew. John Brew running out of time now. It is Halsey and Brew, 56 and 33. Henderson and Sapp. John Brew. Brew is running out of time. Here comes John Brew again, moving up in the corners, up into 3. Brew sticking close to Halsey. Halsey and Brew. John Brew having trouble. Halsey widening the gap now. Halsey with a lead over Brew. Brew better pull it together real soon or it'll be too late. Steve Halsey. John Brew must be having trouble. Brew normally right on his bumper. Halsey and Brew, 56 and 33. Halsey getting around slower traffic now. Brew behind him, but he's got a long ways to go if he wants to do anything. All right, coming out now. The white flag is out for Steve Halsey. One more lap to go. John Brew's got to do something now or forget it. Halsey on the backstretch. Halsey and Brew. The man from Santa Clara having no trouble. Checkered for Steve Halsey. Halsey, Brew Carroll, Henderson, Tester, Tim Sapp, Doug Alexander, Halsey, the winner of our main event for the Sportsman Division. 1987 Mayor Coor from Central Lincoln Mercury. Our trophy car tonight, 2.3-liter turbocharged engine, 5-speed. And our trophy girl, Lynn Eggleston from Willamette High. If you're interested in becoming a future trophy girl here at the Eugene Speedway, you can sign up at the photo booth. Free admission, free food. We will take care of you, pamper you on that evening. Get to drive around in a nice-looking car. Future trophy girls can sign up at the photo booth.
What the hell happened to 56?
50, he won.
Over here.
Oh.
Not according to this, he didn't. He's a lap down.
Lady driver from Portland, 02, Sherry Bound. Car number 93, Bob Hooker. Car number 31, Jerry York. Number 7R, Tom Wagoner. The U2 car from Salem, Bruce Hipple. In the red, number 19, Les Kelly. Car number 24, Tony Augustine. Car number 26, Dave Wimsett. And car number 1, Jay Rohde from Portland. And he really tears it up at the Willamette Speedway in Lebanon, where this Hams I-5 Challenge will continue tomorrow night. Silbernagel and Stan Perkins, 60. Sherry Bound in the 02 car, yellow, and the other yellow. All right, ladies and gentlemen, give you a chance to stand up, stretch your legs. Let's give them a standing ovation this time around, okay? Everybody, get up, stretch your legs, and clap for your favorite driver. Give them a standing ovation. Let them know you care. There they are. Gives them the green. Thank you. Stan Perkins and Bob Hooker. Bob Hooker in that brand new 87 IROC blowing right by him. Here comes Tom Wagoner. Wagoner at 7R and Les Kelly moving up real quick. Watch out, it's loose up there. Bob Hooker, number 93. Stan Perkins slowing up. It is Hooker followed by Wagoner. Rohde into the pits. Tom Wagoner moving up on Bob Hooker. Oh, there goes Kelly. Les Kelly spinning out. Les Kelly spinning out in turn 3. And we got a yellow flag, a caution on the track. Jerry York. Here we go under the green. Wagoner pulling out. Bound trying to get around to Hooker. Tom Wagoner, son of Jim Wagoner, driving tonight for the first time in a long time. Tom Wagoner, 7R, and Bob Hooker and Sherry Bound. Here comes Sherry. Sherry Bound trying to get around Bob Hooker. The battle is for second. Bruce Hipple moving up and Jerry York. A four-way battle for second. Now, the top 4 finishers will move into the A main, so that second, third, and fourth spot is very important. Wagoner the lead. Hooker, York coming inside of Bound. Jerry York. Jerry Bound shutting him down. Bound shutting down York. It is Hooker, Bound, York, and Hipple. 2, 3, 4, and 5. That 5th place car is going to be out of it, so top 4 finishers moving up to the A main. Tom Wagoner way out in front. 7R your leader. Bob Hooker second. It is Hooker followed by Bound, York, and Hipple. 2, 3, 4, and 5 right next to each other. Jerry York. York keeps making a move on Bound, and Bound shuts him down. It is still Wagoner way out in front. Hipple trying to get around York now. Wagoner out in front, then we got 2 yellow cars and 2 white cars. Hooker, Bound, York having trouble. York having trouble getting around slower traffic. York and Hipple. Tom Wagoner running away with it. Wagoner opening up the lead. 7R. 7R your leader. Hooker, number 2. Car 93 is in second place. Hooker. Here comes Sherry Bound. Sherry Bound. Bound shuts him out. Bound into second place. Sherry Bound moving into second place. The 02 car is number 2 now. Wagoner still the leader, 7R. Here comes York. York trying to move past Hooker. There goes Jerry York. Now Bruce Hipple trying to get around Bob Hooker. Bob Hooker is falling out of it. There goes Bob Hooker out of this one. Only the top 4 cars will move on to the A main, and that means Tom Wagoner. Wagoner way out in front, Bound second, York third, and Hipple fourth. So Bob Hooker's on the bubble. Tom Wagoner with a big lead, 7R into turn 3 with no trouble. Getting around slower traffic. Wagoner on the back stretch. Sherry Bound is second. Jerry York third, and then Bruce Hipple. 02, 31, and U2 battling for second, third, and fourth. Tom Wagoner doing a great job. Wagoner still with a lead over Sherry Bound. The 02 car is number 2. Bound, York, and Hipple. Top 4 finishers will move into the A main. And right now that means Wagoner, Bound, York, and Hipple. Bob Hooker is 5th. It is still Wagoner in 7R. And then Bound in 02. Wagoner on the backstretch. Bound fighting through traffic. Sherry Bound now on the backstretch. She's actually picking up a little bit of ground on Wagoner. Closing the gap ever so slightly. Sherry Bound racing after Tom Wagoner. 7R, and then 02, 31, and U2. That's the top 4 cars. Wagoner on the backstretch into turn 3. Tom Wagoner. Wagoner, this lineup has not changed. Now it is still Wagoner, then Bound, York, and Hipple. Oh, it's spinning out. In between 1 and 2 is Wimsett, Dave Wimsett. Car number 26 spinning out. Dave Wimsett spinning out in between the A main. Right now, that's Wagoner, Bound, York, and Hipple. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Here we go. And there goes Wagoner. Tom Wagoner, son of Jim Wagoner, way out, pulling away. Bound, York, and Hipple. 2, 3, and 4. Real close. This will be Bob Hooker's last chance to get into that top 4. Hooker is on the bubble. He's in 5th spot, car number 93. One more lap to go for Tom Wagoner. York putting the pressure on Sherry Bound. Wagoner, Bound, York, and Hipple. Checkered flag coming out for Tom Wagoner. Tom Wagoner, Sherry Bound, Jerry York, and Bruce Hipple. For our lineup for the A main event, starting in the pole position, car number 10, that's Jimmy Potter. Car number 35, brand new 1987 IROC Camaro, Pat Collins. From Sweet Home, Oregon, the blue car number 41 of Terry Bentley. In the 04X machine from Vancouver, Washington, Harold Schroeder. In the orange, car number 16 from Eugene, Frank Brewer. The Highwaller 01 Special and Kenny Wheaton. Car number 61 from Coos Bay, Don Dozell. In the red and silver 04, Denny Holland. Car number 65 out of Ashland, Oregon, Don Harper. From the coast, car number 67, Doyle Dendy. From Port Angeles, Washington, and number 70, Monty English. From Roseburg, Oregon, car number 16, Bob Harvey. Car number 21 clapping for Harvey is Tom Elam. The fast time tonight and track record holder, car number 27, Robert Sprague. Moving up from the B main from Portland, Oregon, the 02 car of Sherry Bound. Car number 31 in the hunt for the points race for this Hams I-5 Challenge, Jerry York. And the U2 car of Bruce Hipple. Bruce Hipple in U2 from Salem, Oregon. A lot of cars here for the first time in a long time, like Bruce Hipple. Hipple here, Don Harper, racing only once before here in 65. This will be exciting. The old veterans like Frank Brewer and Kenny Wheaton side by side. Here we go, under the green. Into turn 1, it is Pat Collins and Harold Schroeder. It's clean so far. The Highwaller 01 Special in third. Here comes Terry Bentley. Bentley into 4th place, getting around Jimmy Potter. Oh, Pat Collins having trouble. Goes Harold Schroeder. Schroeder, 04X. It is Schroeder into the lead, followed by Collins, Wheaton, and Bentley. Kenny Wheaton trying to get around Pat Collins. Special trying to get around Pat Collins. There goes Wheaton into 2nd place. It is Wheaton, Collins, Bentley, and Brewer. Brewer and Harper battling it out. Bob Harvey trying to get up. Harold Schroeder. Schroeder in the lead, followed by Wheaton. Wheaton and Collins. and Bentley now. Terry Bentley side by side with Harper. Bob Harvey moving up. Here comes Harvey and Elam. Doyle Dendy. Kenny Wheaton catching up to Harold Schroeder. Here comes Wheaton. Harper now into third. Harvey into fourth. Here comes Bentley. Frank Brewer moving up. Don Dozell. Don Dozell squeezing on the inside, a one. Dozell moving up with Elam and Dendy. Oh, that's mighty fine racing in that pack. It's pack. Schroeder. Trying to get through that traffic. Here comes Schroeder. Wheaton. Here goes Bob Harvey. Bob Harvey into third place. Harvey past Harper. Harvey into third. Harold Schroeder. Bob Harvey wants to get around Kenny Wheaton. There goes Bob Harvey. Harvey on the outside of Wheaton. Harvey and Wheaton. Look at the dirt fly. Harvey into second place. It is Schroeder, Harvey, Wheaton, and Harper. Bob Harvey looking for the lead. Look at Bob Harvey go. Tom Elam moving up. Elam getting past Dozell. Elam moving into fifth place. Here comes Doyle Dendy. Doyle Dendy moving up. Bob Harvey get around Schroeder. Harper and Wheaton. Harvey sticking like glue to Schroeder. Here comes Bob Harvey on the outside. It is still Schroeder now. And Tom Elam. Elam moving up past Wheaton. Elam trying to get around Wheaton. Oh, what a race this is. Schroeder and Harvey in turn 4. It is still Harold Schroeder. Here comes Don Harper. Harper down low. Harper and Harvey. Look out. Oh, boy, that's exciting. Into 3. Harvey on the outside of Schroeder. Schroeder and Harvey. Harper. Harper and Elam. Oh, they're 2 abreast. Look at that. 2 abreast into turn 2. And look at that. They're piling up on the back stretch. It is Schroeder. Don Harper getting around the slower traffic. Schroeder and Harper now. Schroeder, Harper, Elam, and Dendy. Doyle Dendy has come out of nowhere. Doyle Dendy and Tom Elam right on their tails now. It is still Schroeder. Harold Schroeder still leading this one. Don Harper second. Tom Elam and Doyle Dendy. What a race this is. This is really turning out to be a good one. Look at them move. They're real close together on the back stretch. Schroeder, 65 and 21. Bumper to bumper. They are bumper to bumper into turn 2. Schroeder, Harper, Elam. To get around. There he goes. Elam into second place. Tom Elam right on Schroeder's tail. Look at Elam go. Schroeder and Elam. Harold Schroeder. There goes Elam. Elam side move on the backstretch. Elam. Schroeder. Schroeder hangs on. Oh, look out. Harper and Elam collide. That wasn't Harper. That wasn't.
Break my heart at 67 was win.
Yeah, no. Okay, the last half of this race is going to be a good one. Here we go. Put the heat on Schroeder. There goes Elam. Whoa, boy. Elam into the lead. That didn't take long. Elam and Schroeder, Harper and Dendy. It ain't over yet. Boy, Tom Elam saw a little crack, and he went right through it. Elam and Schroeder. Harper, here comes Sprague. Sprague moving up on Sprague and Dendy. Sprague, there goes Sprague. Robert Sprague. Sprague moving into fourth. Dendy moving back into fourth. Dendy and Sprague side by side, battling for fourth. Well, there goes Tom Elam. Elam starting to pull away from the rest of the pack. Elam is really moving. Here comes Robert Sprague. Robert Sprague on the inside. Sprague moving into third. Harper is right there. Robert Sprague put the heat on Harold Schroeder. Elam your leader. 21 the leader. 04X. Here comes Sprague. Oh! Sprague and Dendy. Sprague and Dendy. Robert Sprague keeps going. Bob Harvey in 16X. Robert Sprague still in there at 27. Car number 61, Don Dozell. Here we go. Elam's got a big lead. It's going to take some doing to catch up to him. The battle is for second right now between Schroeder, Harper, Harvey, Sprague, and Dozell. Harper and Harvey. Robert Sprague. Sprague getting around slower traffic now. Moving up. Sprague into fifth. Moving up. Tom Elam leaving everybody in the dirt. Elam way out in front, 21. Harvey having trouble. There goes Sprague on the inside of Harvey. Sprague moving up a notch. Robert Sprague. Sprague coming back. Here comes Sprague. Harper and Sprague behind Schroeder. Harper on the outside of Schroeder. Don Harper from Ashland. Harper trying to get around Schroeder. Harper and Schroeder, neck and neck. Schroeder and Harper, look at them. Don Harper into second. Harper moving into second place on the backstretch. Here comes Robert Sprague now. Sprague wants third. Sprague now. Tom Elam getting through. Don Harper, 65, is second. Then Robert Sprague is third. Elam. Robert Sprague like a shotgun. Sprague into second place now. Robert Sprague has taken a hold of second place. Elam, that is the question. Tom Elam slowing down in traffic. Elam having trouble getting around slower traffic. And here comes Robert Sprague. Sprague is picking up. Elam is having trouble getting around slower traffic. Sprague is coming up. 21 the leader. Elam. Robert Sprague is just a quarter of a lap now behind Tom Elam. He has picked up ground. He is making ground on Tom Elam. 21 and then 27. That's your first two cars. In third place is Don Harper. Don Harper is the third place car. Elam, that's first place. Here comes the second place car of Robert Sprague. 65. Harper and then Harold Schroeder is fourth. Schroeder is fourth. Bob Harvey is fifth. White flag, one more lap. Elam has maintained that lead over Robert Sprague. third flag coming out for Tom Elam. Tom Elam, Robert Sprague. And coming around for third place from Ashland, Don Harper, finishing third. Fourth place to Harold Schroeder, Bob Harvey, and Don. Will continue tomorrow night in Lebanon at Willamette Speedway. And we'll have racing again here next Friday night featuring the Street Stock, Sportsman, and Super Stock racers. So plan on being here